Hi, it's Steve here from County Garage Seat, and today I'm going to show you around a vehicle that's just arrived with us in stock, and this is a 2020 Seat Arona Xcellence 1 litre TSI finished in Black Magic Pearl. Now this is a vehicle that we've been lucky enough to supply new and service, and we've just had the privilege of taking it back in exchange, and it's now up and ready for sale. Now I'm going to give you a short video presentation to show you some of the car's features. So if you're new to the Seat Arona, let's get to it. Now pretty much all of the Arona models come with rear parking sensors, and this one doesn't disappoint. They also have a wonderful size boot as well, which gives you the option. You can see there is a small lip here, which if you want to eradicate that, we can actually lift the floor up and adjust it forward. And there you can see you have a 2-tier section. So if you want to carry something a little larger, with the 60/40 split folding seat, when that seat is actually in its down position, the floor is virtually flat. So any larger objects, that certainly makes life a lot easier. Now coming around, this one has the 17-inch wheels, which are what we call machined finish, so they're silver and black, and they are unmarked, which is very unusual nowadays because quite often curbs do jump out and attract the alloys. Now in the back you can see that this has a grey and speckled trim, which is absolutely immaculate, as well as electrically operated windows. Moving up to the front, you may be able to see from this video, but you have what we call keyless entry, so you have the ability to lock and unlock the doors without having to push the buttons, which is quite a handy feature. The rest of the electric window controls, as well as the electric adjustable and power folding wing mirrors. Panning around, you can see you've got the white stitching. So what they do, they have the white stitching on the Xcellence models, which is married up, if I come around, to the steering wheel and also a sort of off-white dashboard section. So it actually contrasts the dash rather than everything being very dark and gloomy nowadays. It actually just cheers the car up slightly, so I actually really like that. Jumping inside, I'm going to show you some of the internal features that the Arona is well praised for. Now all of them have the lovely big navigation system, which is very simple to operate. It involves 4 buttons running down the left hand side and a further 4 running down the right, and it is all touch screen. So pushing the top left is the picture of the radio, which is for AM, FM and DAB. The one underneath is your media control, so that will allow you to play anything other than the radio really. Bluetooth streaming, that's a possibility. Good old-fashioned CDs, even USBs and auxiliary jacks, so plenty of options there. Bluetooth hands-free, that's a standard feature and that works very well, and you can actually pair more than one phone at the same time, which is actually a very neat feature. On the right hand side we've got satellite navigation, which is full postcode, as well as having a lovely big zoom function, so you can really get an idea of where you are, and it'll hopefully keep you on the right path. The next one down utilizes a feature that's called Apple CarPlay or Android Auto or Mirror Link. So something that's grown in popularity massively over the last few years, but all of the Arona Xcellences have that option. So if you'd rather utilize that rather than the built-in satellite navigation system, you can use Google Maps, and also if you are prone to subscribing to things like Spotify or Apple Music, Amazon Music, then you can also have an icon on the dash that allows you to control it from there as well. Running into the car setup, this one gives you an idea of what's going on under the bonnet. So as you can see, this particular one, fantastic on fuel. So this has actually averaged over 370 miles at an average speed of under 30 miles an hour. So pretty much a lot of town driving, over 53 to the gallon. Now that is unbelievable, especially at the moment with the fuel prices being as they are. Dropping down, you've got dual zone climate control, so one adjuster here for the driver's side, and if I adjust that one, you see it moves the passenger side as well. And if I just touch this one, it actually only moves the passenger side. So hopefully saves a few arguments when one party is hot and one party is cold. And then as we pan down, hopefully you can see you have a wireless phone charger as well as 2 USB sockets and an auxiliary jack. So if your phone is new enough, you can actually charge it without having to plug it in. Great idea. Push button start, push button stop, as well as a 6-speed manual gearbox, which if I can multitask, I'm going to engage reverse gear, and you can see it wakes up the park pilot for you. So gives you not only the beeps to let you know that something's behind, but also shows you from what angle the obstruction is coming towards you at. So very, very handy there. Start stop on the left, as well as your override for your central locking. And this particular model also features a center armrest, which is something that we actually retrospectively fit quite a lot of on this model. On the left hand side of the steering wheel, you've got your volume controls and also your track adjusters, and on the right hand side it allows you to control the view and the display in behind the wheel. Now if I come across, you've got your indicators on the left hand side as well as your main dip beam. If I can just scroll the camera underneath, you can see you've actually got a separate adjuster there for your cruise control. Now this particular model doesn't have regular cruise control, it actually has adaptive cruise control. So this is the one where if you want it to, it'll actually lock onto the car in front of you, and up to certain conditions it will brake when they brake, and also if they speed up, you would speed up to a predetermined speed as well. So a really good feature, especially in things like average speed cameras, so really handy. Windscreen wipers are on the right. Don't need to explain much about those because they haven't changed since the beginning of time really. And then in behind the steering wheel, you've got a big rev counter on the left, big speedometer on the right, and in the center we can adjust from the buttons on the steering wheel what's going on with the display behind here. So potentially a big digital speedo you might like, your average speed, distance covered, miles per gallon, or what is actually drawing the power. Now one of the big things about the Arona Xcellence is the assisted system. So you've got not only adaptive cruise control in lieu of regular cruise control, but you also have what's called a blind spot monitor. Now if I can show you this actually is lights in the outside of the wing mirrors. So if I can see, whether you can see that in the video, but there should be flickering now in an orange section. So if anyone was overtaking me, well, the idea is that that would actually light up to let me know someone was there, to save me pulling out into their way. You also have what's called rear traffic alert, which also stops if you are reversing out of a car parking space and someone, person or vehicle was to whip behind you quickly. It'll actually use the rear parking sensors and if needs be, apply the brake to stop you bopping into them, as well as the front radar assist. So this is loaded with lots and lots of features. And if I just zoom in, this one has only covered 14,784 miles. So super low mileage, and we've had the luxury of being able to supply the car new and also maintain it. So we feel as though we know the car very, very well. Now, there aren't that many of these around actually, as an awful lot of the SE technology model, which has the 5-speed gearbox, but this being the Arona Xcellence with the full LED lighting, the machined finish wheels and the 6-speed manual gearbox, we're expecting a fair amount of interest. So if you'd like to discuss a part exchange or you'd like to discuss some finance examples, then please don't hesitate to get in touch. That's it. Thank you for watching. Until next time, bye for now.